Hey guys, welcome back to Clashing with Corey. I'm excited today because I get to bring you a brand new attack. It's something that I've never seen before, and that doesn't happen very often. Apollyon mentioned, either in chat or War Match or something, he called 18 and said he was planning on hitting it with a mass witch attack. And I was like, well, that's interesting. He did not say bowler witch. He said mass witch. I wonder what that's going to look like. And sure enough, once I saw the hit, I was amazed. If you back up just a moment, you'd see he has 15 witches in this army composition, 2 golems. That's about it. And he's also got a siege machine, and I figured he would have bowlers in that siege machine. I was wrong. There's no bowlers in this entire attack. He has Valks in there. So let's see what's going to make this base a good match for that. See why he picked it for this base. Well, if you notice right up here, we really don't have any splash damage other than these mortars. So he does have a single target inferno though, so he's going to keep his golem away from there. And he's just going to drop down his witches first and swarm this area with skellies. So he gets those down first, gets those skellies in to tank that single target inferno. And he made sure to drop his witches out of range of those mortars, because if those mortars lock onto your witches before it can lock onto skellies, they're gonna die. So he's got both his golems coming in. He's got one down on this kind of edge, probably meant to go down and tank this bomb tower right here, while the siege machine and the other golem are going inside. I believe this was a fresh hit, otherwise he might have sent his queen on the outside. So we got a lava loon in the CC. Excuse me. So he's got his rage down in the core, and really the only thing he's raging is his heroes, because there is no bowlers in the attack, and remember the siege machine can't be affected by spells. But the queen is finally going to burn through that, all those lava pups. Now in the core, that siege machine's still going, but it pops, and out pops Max Valks to take out that core. If you look down at the sides here, we got some witches on the bottom that have broken into the wall. Hard to tell when they're going to do that, but it kind of sucks because it really slows them down and it can leave them vulnerable as well. So at this point in the attack, I looked at it and I'm like, man, I think he's going to swag some spells on this. He almost gets that Inferno Tower down up top, but it is starting to die down at this point. So he's still got a heal and a freeze. Let's see where he uses them. If you look up top, his witches are getting ready to hit a giant bomb, so he drops the heal on them to keep them up. I think that was a really good choice. But if you also look at the rest of the space, he doesn't have any splash damage left in this whole base, so there's not a lot. As long as the witches don't run out in front of their skellies, which does happen sometimes, there's not a lot that can touch him at this point. It does take a little while for witches to get through the rest of this base, though, so we'll go ahead and times 2 it. He freezes that Inferno so his queen can get through the cannon, but then she does go down to the Inferno. At this point, I'm going to go back down. Look at all these skellies sitting there beating through that wall. No way can a single target Inferno keep up with that many skellies. Now the witches are going to come through and finally take it out, but honestly, all those skellies would have gotten through that wall and taken it out too. So, crazy attack. Before I made this video, I kind of tried to research it a little bit. I'm like, God, this can't be brand new. You know what I mean? I'm going to go back, and I'm going to try and see if I can find this attack somewhere. And the only thing that I really found, well, of course, we found a bunch of Town Hall 9 witch attacks. I found a mass witch attack video that Judo Sloth did, but, there was no siege machines back then. He had a queen walk on one side, 10 witches in the main group, and honestly, it was entirely different, and it was on a ring base, one of those old ring bases, those old anti-2-star bases that have been around for years and that haven't been good for like 4 years. So it really doesn't compare. We're up against Marshall's Nation here. These guys had some quality bases. They are a competitive clan in CWL, and so we finally got a chance with all these farm wars we've been spinning to hit some good bases. And let's see, Shane on his second hit, he's going to go ahead and use this mass witch attack too. So remember, with the siege machine always going towards the town hall, we really can't take our pick of which side of the base we're going to enter on anymore. Not if we want to take advantage of that siege machine. So you'll see the location of the town hall here. The only place you can really enter on this base is going to be over on this side, because you want it to cut right through the core and go through. So now he does have a bunch of splash damage on the back side of this base. So I don't know. I mean, I like witches. Witches are really strong. Definitely, you can't deny that. They're very strong. They got another buff with this update. But the only thing I don't like about witches is they're inconsistent. At least for me. I run a max Town Hall 9 in my home clan, Royal Redcoats, and I only use Witch Slap if I really feel like it's the best attack for the base, or witches in general. I try to stick with more precise attacks, lava loons and hog attacks and stuff like that. Unless I see a base is going to be really vulnerable to it, because too many times I've hit a base with witches and you hit a giant bomb on the outside or a giant bomb with two small bombs and watch a group of 5 witches just disappear and your attack's done. So for me, they're not reliable enough. They're very strong, but I don't know. I've had mixed results. I've had a lot of success, but I've also had some surprising fails with them as well. So this is probably not an attack I'm going to be using anytime soon, but it was interesting, it was intriguing to me, so I wanted to share it with you guys. Maybe you love witches, maybe you're a witch master, maybe this is, you know what I mean, going to give you some great ideas for some 3 stars in the past. Or in the future, I don't know. I just wanted to share it with you guys, because we saw it used twice in this war, and it was used for a 3-star both times in this war. This one gets a little bit close. It happens, but it is, we were 2 for 2 using this attack this war. It really surprised me, and I don't know, I love seeing new attacks. I've always loved seeing new attacks in Clash of Clans. Anytime you get these big upsetting updates, you know what I mean, that flip the game on their head, we definitely see a lot of new attacks emerge. So Mass Witch, no bowlers in this one too. Remember, he had CC Valks in that siege machine. Again, just absolutely tore through the core. ×2, just finishing up. See, that was risky. He had to finish on that wizard tower, but the witches have been buffed, so I think they got increased damage. I think they got increased health points again. I believe they're spawning even more skellies now, so they're tearing through a lot of these spots that they probably would have got stopped on before. So there it is, brand new attack. We had 2 golems, 15 witches, max Valks in the siege machine. And you guys can do whatever you want with it. I just wanted to show it to you. We'll see you next time for more Town Hall 10 3-star strategy attack videos.